This year's version of the Myrtle Beach International Film Festival kicks off with a comedy drama called My Sweet Misery that was shot right here in the Myrtle Beach area in 2009. We have one of the stars of that particular motion picture with us right now, Steve Harley. Thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So what were you in My Sweet Misery?
Well, I played a character named Steve, oddly enough, who has real problems with women. So I don't know why I got this part, but too many similarities. But he's awful with women, and so somehow that's who my character is. Part of a group of friends of the lead character.
Were you playing against type?
I hope so. I don't. It all came a little too easily, frankly.
So tell me about your background. You're a professional actor in South Carolina. How did you get involved?
Yeah, I was a professional actor for a long time, up in Columbia, especially at a theater up there. That's what I did for a living for 5 years. But I wasn't acting at the time when I got cast in this. I knew Chris Cook, who plays the brother of the lead character from Columbia Theater, and he mentioned casting this movie was happening, and I auditioned and got the part. But from the first time I met Matthew, the director, I felt like I had known him. I don't know if it's because he's from this area too, like I am. I actually grew up around here or what, but I can't wait to see him tonight.
What was it like filming this in the Myrtle Beach area?
Well, I mean, I wasn't here for a lot of that shoot. I heard about it a lot, though, from the crew up in Columbia, and cold, unfortunately, for a lot of it, you know, and the actors out there trying to act like they're not freezing to death when they are, that kind of thing. But a lot of really beautiful atmospheric shots, fog shots. It's a really pretty movie, I think.
Everything these days is going digital. This was shot in 16mm film. Did that make a difference for you on the other side of the camera? How did it make a difference as far as the film is concerned?
As far as for me, I mean, digital was around in 2009 when we shot this. I think one thing I just assumed was that digital's probably a little more forgiving. They really measured out the shots and the focal points and everything, so I was a little more aware that maybe not to try to move too much, get out of focus too much. So that was one difference that I as an actor thought about. I don't know about anybody else. But I think the result's certainly worth it, you know. The way there is a softness to film that digital just will never have, no matter how much it tries.
Tell me about My Sweet Misery. What is it about?
It's about a guy who is having a bad time in life and going to commit suicide, and through a series of quirky happenstances meets a young lady, and they sort of become each other's salvation, I think, by the end of the film, without giving too much away. It's a really cute little funny dark comedy love story.
This is a feature-length film. It is a labor of love, I'm sure, for everybody who was involved in it. Does this show that you don't have to have a $100 million budget to be able to make something that really moves people?
Well, I hope so. I think so. I think that's well put. One of the reasons I admire the director so much, and I've told him this, is he'd never necessarily done a whole bunch of writing even before this movie. But he had this idea, he put the work in, and he had enough faith in his work to raise the money to make this movie.
Yeah.
Not an insignificant amount of money either, by the way. And he did it through really tough times. I just admire him so much, and the amount of belief that takes, you know. So we're all super proud to be part of this project. Everybody, really, you know.
A labor of love and a work of art, and we must appreciate that.
Yeah,
for sure.
I hope so. I hope so. It's in there for sure.
Steve Harley, thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Thank you too.
All right.